Guess what time it is? It's time to go to the arcade! Let's go to Button City to see what it's all about. I've been tracking Subliminal Games' Button City for a while now, and it's finally arrived. It's a cute game filled with funny moments, some mini games that need a little bit of work, but overall seems to be a fun package. Let's dive right in. In Button City, you take control of a young fox who has recently moved to town. Most of his days, he seems to be locked away in his room playing video games. It does sound a little familiar to my younger self here. Anyway, through a little mission from his mom, he encounters the arcade where he meets up with a group of animals called the Fluff Squad. The Fluff Squad are in need of a fourth member, and from there the story unfolds as you take on rivals the Tough Fluffs while uncovering a plot about the arcade itself and exploring day-to-day life of Button City. The game at heart is an adventure game that features you interacting with a lot of the characters. There's a ton of lighthearted and funny moments in the game, and thankfully the missions aren't too hard. There are side quests too that have you exploring, interacting with the town and a lot of the townsfolk. In a way, it seems like a light version of Richard Scarry's Busy Town with all the animal folk around. The story is a big aspect about this game, and for those that wish to enjoy it, I'm going to keep spoilers about this game to a bare minimum, as the story is a really big selling point to this game. Now the other thing, of course, is the arcade, right? It's Button City, the story centers around the arcade, and of course there's a few mini games that you can play at the arcade. The very first game you'll be introduced to is GoBoBots. GoBoBots plays quite a bit like a MOBA, and has you gathering fruit with your teammates trying to score it by throwing it into a blender. Along the way you'll be able to buy and obtain different GoBoBots that have different powers to attack with. You'll be encountering this minigame quite a lot during the story, as it has some major ties to the game. Other games include a game called Revolution Racer, which is a drifting racing game that was quite a bit of fun, and a rhythm game that I enjoyed quite a bit, even though it had some technical issues on the Switch. Often the frame rate would drop drastically when there was a lot of notes on the screen. At the time of this review, there hasn't been a patch made to improve this. While all the mini games mentioned are fun, a lot of them are honestly a little shallow. They don't feature enough variety, and it starts to wear a little thin as the game goes on. There's some unlockables that you can obtain for the minigames, as well as for use around town, that help add a little variety to those minigames, but those often come late in the game. Regardless, I have to say that I did have a lot of fun being with Fennel and his friends, and meeting the townsfolk of Button City. It was a pretty relaxing game, especially in small doses. I find Button City to be a nice game for the crowd who's just looking for a nice, chill, lighthearted adventure, or for the younger crowd, as a nice game to get into. Just don't be looking for too much depth in its arcade minigame offerings. It is an adventure game at heart. Button City retails for an MSRP of $19.99 and is available today on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, Switch, and PC, and will appear at a later date for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps out this video, helps out the channel. Also, if you're not a subscriber already, consider subscribing. I do a bunch of videos and streams each and every week. We just recently reached 500 subscribers. We're halfway there to 1,000. Let's go! Also, shout out to the Kaiju Club Patreons. These guys help to finance the channel, help to bring videos to this channel each and every week. If you want to be a Kaiju Club Patreon, check out the link on screen. It's also in the description box down below. Patreon pledges just start at $1, and every little bit helps out this channel and helps it grow. Thank you for watching, guys, as always. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time.